What's up, family? I'm back with another update. Right now, we sitting at 11:09, baby. 11:09. Now, when I was telling you guys in the title, Vitalik Buterin, he backs Dog Elon. Now, just because you guys say, oh, he sold and this and that, listen, if Vitalik Buterin, if I'm saying his name right or wrong, excuse me, but if he had connection with Methuselah, and speaking to them and he believes on what they are doing, what makes you think Elon Musk is not backing Dog Elon Mars? What makes you think Elon Musk is not the developer behind Elon Mars? You get what I'm saying? Think about it. So now check this out. I'm gonna show you this tweet here. This notification. Hold up. Give me a second. It's lonely out here. I appreciate for this right here. Methuselah Mars bears a message for all of us at Vitalik Buterin and at Elon Musk. All right. And you see that message down there. So I'm going to play. I want you guys to stay tuned. Pay attention. Pay attention. I'm going to play this video. And you guys listen of what David Goebel and Sergio is talking about and what they're about to bring with Dog Elon Mars. Okay? There's a big partner that is with Methuselah. Listen, they're working with NASA. They're working with SpaceX. They're sending stuff to the ISS. This is going to be the future. This is not going to be the past. This is the future. And what they're saying is, people thinking like, oh, they're going to sell. They said they're going to hold it for a year. They know the value of Dog Elon Mars will shoot up. They'll know, family. So check this video out and tell me your thoughts down below in the comment section. This video is from the last AMA with them. Okay, so with you guys hearing this, let's, hopefully tomorrow will be some great news and what we will know what will be going on with Dog Elon Mars.
That works. It's always been very expensive, and when the dollars are to go to social versus science, we've always chosen science. But we're coming to an inflection point, Justin, where it makes sense to assign some projects, social projects, to enhance the dollars that are going into the science. And I think we are going into a very a much more sophisticated social presence. And one of the reasons why Florina or Flo is in the team now is to help us get there. So I just wanted to say that in case somebody says, oh, no, Flo's not doing her job. She just started with us a couple months ago, and she's been doing a tremendous job.
Oh, yeah, no, and I totally understand that. And you said something interesting there, Sergio, which was, and again, it's just almost the beginning of this potential new phase that the M Foundation might be going through. And when you say, we were too busy getting things done, I totally understand that. Well, our focus was getting things done, but maybe it will get to that stage where it's the old lumberjack analogy. I haven't got time to sharpen the axe because I'm too busy chopping down trees. It's not. I'm not saying that is anything like where you are, but it might be an interesting situation in the future where you might go, like you say, we might ramp things up to be appealing to a wider audience.
I think that's exactly what I just said, Justin. Which is, we've gotten to that point, and we're doing everything we can to get there from a social perspective. I don't, and just so you know who we are, and I probably Dave will back me up, I don't take pride of having X amount of followers. I take pride of being the CEO or the lead investor in something that's going to help every single one live longer, healthier lives, or to eradicate a particular disease. So I appreciate the analogies. Just I'm not very, why sharpen an axe when you can focus on on something else that is going to be much more meaningful for the world. So I just want to meet you halfway, and for you to know, yeah, I mean, it would have been ideal if for Dogelon, the community, if we had 100 million followers, because now Methuselah would pump the coin and the Elon. But the truth of the matter is, we're here because Vitalik thought we were doing a really good job scientifically and thought this could be, I guess, a good opportunity. So if we had just focused on one thing, we wouldn't have gotten the other thing. So it's a very valid point, and we are absolutely aware of the fact that we need that. And now we have a director of communications.
Yes, and thanks. And hi, everyone. Justin, I actually really appreciated your analogy as well. And to Sergio's point, we are, it's not an either or situation. We're now at a point where we can also sharpen the axe. So any ideas there for how we can spread the word and just create an impactful mission together in a more meaningful way, include a wider audience, please let us know. We're always all ears for that. So happy to connect directly and to field any input you may have for us.
Yes, thank you, Justin. I'll just move you back to the audience and we can move on to Anon. Do you have a question?
I don't really have a question other than there's probably a lot of people in here that always ask why you guys aren't going to burn the tokens. And Sergio had a really fantastic response on that as well. Keeping it long term and trying to keep out the pump and dumpers as well. And also helping the foundation in future breakthroughs and research. Yeah.
I'd like to jump in on that. Thank you for that. So, as a 501c3 U.S. charity, we are not allowed to burn money. It's against the law, and that would be the equivalent of what that would be. Second, we think there's a much higher value for all participants in Dogelon if Methuselah makes investments in the infrastructure and the economy of Dogelon. So we think of the Ether system as a distributed operating system that has no applications useful to mere mortals and civilians. There are a large number of opportunities there that we're exploring, some of which may show up in the white paper that we're working on, which we've announced, that will add value to the coin, transaction value. Right now, it's like, castaways on a desert island trading coconuts to each other. Well, that's not sustainable. And so what we want to do is to incorporate transactability for real valuable things, which I don't want to give it all away, but and also it's not so much a white paper as it is a statement of intent, a friend of the coin document.
Yes, and I guess on that note, we could actually delve more into how the Methuselah Foundation became involved with the community and Dogelon. What were your first thoughts on that day when you received the tokens?
Well, Dave, do you want to go, or should I go?
No, go ahead.
I can go. Well, I mean, everybody has to understand that for us, we have received at the Methuselah Foundation a few donations. So it's always been like any foundation. the procedure that we've always taken is to liquidate. That's what everyone does, and that's why so many other foundations that received their tokens or other Doge coins or Shiba coins or whatever it is, they've liquidated. It's best practice is what everyone is expecting foundations to do. We receive several donations, not just the Elon, and we liquidated them all. We exchanged them to USD, and we were fortunate enough to do it at close to the high of Ether and other coins. I'll stop there. And we decided when it was funny because we were told by Vitalik, hey, you guys now also have 43%, or I think it's 43.2% of the world's Elons. And we said, oh wow, that's cool. Dave actually has a Shiba, a beautiful dog, and that's his second Shiba. Actually, Dave was one of the first owners in the U.S. to own a Shiba, so we thought it was really cool. And then we started looking at the community, and we realized, hey, this is a community that actually does airdrops to folks that got rug pulled. Wow, that's pretty impressive. Oh, and Dogelon Mars, the main character, which is pushed through a cartoon by the creators of Elon. It's a character focused on going to space and Mars. And, there's a huge overlap with our current projects that are, that we're doing with NASA and a couple of other space agencies like CSA and others that are joining the party. So we started also looking at our emails, and there were a ton of people saying, hey, I put all my life savings into this coin, and Vitalik did this. He went ahead and gave them to you, and we don't know what you're going to do. Are you going to liquidate them? Are you going, if you do, it's going to destroy my life, my family, and we, like Dave said, our goal has never been to do evil. So we started trying to figure out how to strategize this, and we just unanimously decided that this could be an educational opportunity. Why? Because the community seems like it is a community full of people that want to do good and to actually, not just get wealthy, but they're getting wealthy to buy their ticket to Mars and to do good with others. And the charitable bent was always, very attractive. And we said, well, how long would it take us to get this many followers, to Justin's point, in Twitter and Facebook and such? And, it would take a lot of money and mind share and such. So we say, well, why don't we go ahead and make this an educational campaign, put it as such, and hopefully we can convince any skeptic, which there's been quite a few, including some supporters of the foundation that are just concerned about the exposure that we're taking by holding and not liquidating like before. But so we decided, let's go ahead and hodl. So we created and did a tweet just so everybody would realize, hey, we're gonna hold for a while, and then we decided to do a news press and let everybody know that we're gonna hold for a year. And I understand people don't know us and they don't trust us because they don't know us, but our word is our bond, and we want the community to understand who we are. We heard some folks, put the money in a Gnosis safe, and then some others said no, but you said you will hodl, and if you go ahead and move from that wallet address, then it's going to become a very difficult thing to do, or to say. A lot of people are going to say that you didn't hold your end of the promise, and so it's become a very interesting, surreal world. But our goal has always been to do good, and how can we help more people learn and go through this journey that Justin went through earlier, thanks to these coins. So it's been an exciting journey, but our goal is to enhance whatever we are part of, and to try to bring about goodness to the world. And we decided, hey, let's hold. And then Vitalik heard about it, and he thought it was the coolest thing ever to potentially get into a point where, one of the things that he's helped create, which is ERC20 tokens and Ethereum and the whole crypto space, could allow the foundation to be self-sustaining in investing in projects and innovation. So, did I miss anything, Dave?
Yeah, just no, it was very comprehensive. When we discovered that we were the recipients of this wonderful donation, it occurred when we were taking a company retreat just to get away because we were exhausted. And instead of getting a retreat to recharge our batteries, we worked basically 24 hours for 3 days trying to figure out what the heck is this and what should we do. And so Florina's husband, Dane, came up with the hodling meme with the Shiba Inu and against Mars in the spacesuit, and that was really hilarious. We loved it. Our goal for our relationship with the community is to not be a parasite. We want to be a symbiont, to be symbiotic, and to add value to the community. So, I think that's as succinct a way as to say it as possible.
And
if I can add too, that the community is such an engaging one, and we're so we feel very honored to have been welcomed by the Dogelon community with open arms. I'm very excited to have this AMA on Clubhouse right now. So if I may just quickly reset the room, we are talking about longevity in space. This is the Methuselah Foundation, a longevity-focused biotech foundation, along with the Dogelon cryptocurrency community here. And this is an AMA so that we can get to know each other a lot better. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to raise your hand. Clubhouse does seem to be glitching a little bit. I've tried to pull people up on stage, and it seems to be working on and off. So forgive me if you raised your hand and are not being pulled on stage. That is not intentional. I think Clubhouse is being a little glitchy, but we'll try to get you on. And please just throw at us any questions with regard to longevity in space, about Dogelon itself, our current status with it, our journey from Vitalik's very generous donation going forward. But please feel free to share a bit about yourself when you are called up on stage. So thanks for letting me reset. David, Sergio, I'll hand it back to you.
Thank you for that. That's fantastic. And there was something else that I wanted to say. We creating team, and that same night, and they came up and they said, "Hey guys, we're quote unquote married now, and we want to get to know you." So that same day, same night, we were able to do a really cool call and trying to figure out, hey, who's part of the team. Now, they have been very, very sensitive with that. They don't want to get quote unquote docs, right? And they don't want to reveal their identities. I can see why. I mean, we're just a holder, and there's a tremendous amount of pressure from people who may be feeling one way one day and then another way the other way, and you end up becoming kind of a Judas goat, right? A scapegoat for what the market does. And these are folks that, as we understand it, have a significant projects with crypto, and they've been around for a long time, and they have real other projects. It's not like they're only working on Elon, which is this is a very real project for them, but they wear many hats. So we have been historically able to work and to be around not just celebrities or billionaires or millionaires or people who are very private. And I think that's allowed us to really understand and to be sensitive to those requirements, and there are things that the creators would experience that we wouldn't, and it wouldn't be fair for us. And it is not the only token that has gone through the exact same dynamics, which does not scare us. So we understand this. We were, it was explained to us, something that I thought was rather valuable, and the reason why one of the reasons why we decided to hold was because at no point did it feel like it was going to be a scam. And the reason why I say this is because we looked into it, and apparently the creators took the token and they burnt, or they placed 40 ether. Now, at the time, in April 21st, 2021, when the contract was created, that was worth $94,000. And most of the scams that at least we've heard of usually don't. The creators usually don't do that. They don't necessarily lock that much money in their new coin. And also, they did what's called a fair lunch. They did what's called a fair lunch, which is, when they go ahead and put it on Uniswap, if they put 50% on Uniswap, they locked the 40 ETH forever, and they had the ability to buy Elon at the same time that anybody else did. And as far as we know, Uniswap is one of the most used and secure exchanges, decentralized exchanges. There's really no way to get those 40 ETH out of there. Another thing that we notice is that for every swap that happens in Uniswap, 30 base points of every trade gets locked into the liquidity pool. So in a way, they didn't give that fee to a wallet, a wallet that's owned by a person, but pretty much the wallet that Uniswap has to trade everything. So there were just so many different features that were that made it seem like this was a passion project, not really a project that was going to be a rug pull. Of course, we're not the developers, the creators. We don't hold access to the deployer account. The other thing that I thought was interesting was that the code was really just a few lines, it's not that hard to go through the code. But anyway, just that's another reason why we decided to hold.